Now to Brian Stelter, the disingenuous Democrat propagandist who had the nerve to call his program reliable sources. After years of pushing crazy Russian collusion conspiracies, of burying legitimate stories the Democrats did not want covered, and generally being a North Korean-style propagandist for the left, Stelter got his marching orders from CNN this week. Let us take a few moments to appreciate some of his career highlights.
Trump might have committed treason. What does Putin have on Trump? The U.S. president possibly working for the Russians. Is President Trump a racist? Is the Trump presidency a criminal presidency? Trump and some of his allies are promoting a hate movement against the American press. I mean, for all we know, these emails are made up, or maybe some are real and others are fakes. We don't know. But we do know that this is a classic example of the right-wing media machine.
Oh, we could be here for hours on that sort of coverage, but, you know, I'm restricting myself. But my favourite BS moment, and isn't that an apt initial for Brian? Yes. My favourite BS moment of all has to be this, Jim.
Looking ahead to 2020, one reason why I'm taking you seriously as a contender is because of your presence on cable news.
Yes, that was Stelter talking to CNN regular and sleazy porn lawyer Michael Avenatti, telling him that he saw him as a genuine 2020 contender for president. Of course, Avenatti didn't end up running for president. The fraudster is in jail and he'll be there for several years to come. And there's more charges forthcoming for that CNN favourite. So, yeah, poor Michael. Now, if you want to know why trust in the media is at historic lows in the US, just have a look at these CNN highlights, including how they covered the BLM riots across America.
Much of the dossier has been corroborated.
What does Putin have on Trump? Has Trump been compromised?
But it does look like that young man to me is taunting the Native American Vietnam vet, and he's in his face.
There is no evidence of any wrongdoing by either Hunter or Joe Biden.
There's no evidence of wrongdoing by either Joe or Hunter Biden.
What you're seeing behind me is one of multiple locations that have been burning in Kenosha.
But this isn't about ideology.
The biggest terror threat in this country comes from radicals on the far right, primarily white men.
As a white woman, aware of my own privilege in this country, I am so angry, and I can't even begin.
Now, too many see the protests as the problem. No, the problem is what forced your fellow citizens to take to the streets.
A few moments later.
We're here inside CNN Center. We just threw something on fire, Chris.